In the United States, not all cities are created equal, and it's very important to understand what those differences are. And let me explain why some are successful and then tell you further what's important about that. Of the largest 300 cities in the United States, approximately 39% are successful and 61% are not. And no stagnant or decaying city out of that 61% has ever been globally or significantly saved in the last 6 decades. Why are the 39% successful? The answer is that they all have significant amenities, like their capital city towns. Let me tell you the significance of a capital city town. Capital city towns have an extreme infusion of cash from all of the government employees. They also have way more college students than any other typical towns, because a century ago when colleges were forming, they tended to form in capital city towns. You also have a lot of businesses who want to locate at the city, at the state seat of government, and so they're there. So your average city cannot begin to compete with a capital city town. Okay, the rest of them, they're on an ocean, they're on a large river, they could be a ski resort, they're in warm climates, they are in Oregon, which now Portland, Oregon is number 4 in the United States for growth. That's because of the beautiful mountains and the outdoor life. And so even though right now their unemployment rate is very high, young people are going there regardless. They'll work in a McDonald's if they need to, because it's where they want to live. And so the amenities are important. Well, let me tell you why they're the most important reason they're important. For decades, concerned citizen groups have gone to towns that they saw as successful. They wanted to try to look at those towns, figure out what made them successful so they could come back and do the same thing in their cities. The problem is that they would go and that they would misinterpret what they were looking at. And they'd maybe go to a large capital city town that was successful for all the reasons I've told you, and they would look at the arts, and the arts would be successful. Well, of course, the arts are very successful in every town that has a lot of money. And they would say, well, okay, it's the arts, and so we're going to go back to our town, and if we can make the arts successful, and by the way, I'm all for the arts, but they would say if we can make the arts successful, that will do it. And so they'd spend millions of dollars and work 4 or 5 years and improve the arts, but it didn't save their cities. And so you have to understand what you're looking at and make sure you work on what's important, and there are only 4 things. Keep residents, keep businesses, bring in new residents, and bring in new businesses. Thank you. If you need more information, please go to my websites or my book, Saving America's Cities.